Alright, so I'm digging out for my shop here. That stake is actual cornel. Those two stakes are a foot and a half past in either direction of where the corner of my actual building will be, because I need to dig past where I'm gonna put the block wall. The only thing that gave me a real fit was that stump. I'm still having fits with that stump, but I'm gonna go a little more before I give up with it. I don't know how well y'all can see that. One, I'm digging in mostly just this side of the bucket because of the way the hill is sloped. So it's kind of hard to get a full bucket, but sure beats a shovel. So two-wheel drive, no power steering, geared way too high, and the clutch is really unhappy with me right now. And I can smell the clutch at the moment. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set y'all down for a minute. Now I'm going to set y'all down for a minute, and y'all can watch me take a couple of scoops. Oh no, this isn't going to work. Hang on. I got this. If I take the safety case off, it'll fit in the tiny block of wood that I call my camera stand. Oh yeah, look at that. That's semi-professional. I want to clarify, I never said I was nice to it. Now this has a lot of roots in it, which is not helpful, and is very hard, sticky red clay. And another thing that probably really helped me, if I was being honest, is having teeth on that bucket. I've run skid steels about the same horsepower and a couple thousand pounds heavier that would not dig worth of crap in clay without teeth on the bucket. That ticking noise you hear is the bushings in the front axle being completely worn out. I wonder why. The radiator fan now hits the axles just a tad. That's why those new bushings over there are meant to go in there, but it hasn't happened yet. You wonder why my hydraulics are so freaking slow. All of this, you know, these big 3-inch cylinders, it's because I had them, are being run off of that tiny 4-gallon-a-minute pump. It's all the pressure in the world. Like, you'll snap the front end clear off the machine and lift the back a mile an hour and not hesitate at all. It just isn't going to move very fast, which kind of sucks. So the plan is, I want to get this graded out before rain come again day after tomorrow. And get it smoothed off and sealed so water doesn't seep in like my ruts I dig pushing into that dirt. I want covered up and done. And then next paycheck, next time I have some money, about below $1,000 buying a skid steer this weekend, well, $900. So I need to wait for a little while after that and pay bills. But I got enough set aside to do the footle and put gravel beneath that, well, in between the footle. Now I'm gonna go buy a bunch of block and start building a block wall the whole way around. This will be 16 by 30 foot outside. It's an 8-inch block, so a little less on the inside, 16 inch less on the inside. The roof will be 10 foot high on this wall over here, and it's all going to slope this way towards me and dump over here. So I need to get all that done, and before I can put power down to it, if I still have that trencher, you want to buy a trencher, that's for sale, I'll use it. If somebody buys it, that's incentive for me to put on clutch in that and trench it in with the backhoe, which is what I'd rather do anyways. So yeah, projects galore as usual, and I can assure you nothing will get done in a timely manner because I'll procrastinate and be lazy, and yeah, you get the idea. That's kind of what we do. If you're different, great. Lie to me all you want, but we all know we do it sometimes. So, 2 cents on homemade loader that was a New Ideal that I cut up and made to fit that tractor. Look up a New Ideal 504. Look at pictures of that. It's not meant to be on this smaller tractor. That bucket was 2 feet wider and I cut it down to fit the 5.5 feet wide to fit this machine. The loader frame, I narrowed a foot, and although my welds are kind of ugly, you know, 60-11 for life and lots of beers drinking while you're doing it, I cut and swept all of that way back from where it was to get the bucket closer to the front end of my machine to lessen strain on that axle, so I hopefully wouldn't break it as quickly. So far that's working. The frame, these brackets here are original. Everything in front of that I made with scrap iron I had laying around. I made a glorious cup holder and knobbies. Look way back on my channel, there was a video of me hauling a Clark Unitruck home as my first forklift. Well, I traded that forklift and a propane tank for this loader frame and bucket. It came with hydraulics. It gave me a couple $100 to boot to buy the adapter plate and the control valve. Had hoses, had rams, and had most of the steel you see there to make that happen. So $900 forklift became, no, $800 forklift became loader on that. Would I do it again? Maybe. I love a loader tractor. I would take that over a skid steer any day of the week. But these tractors, no power steering and a really weak front axle, that is not meant for what I'm doing. I'm probably going to break that at some point. You get to the industrial versions like that hoe. These are loosely related machines. Tiny little front axle. Come over here. Well, you don't have any choice. You're just going to come with me because, well, you can't do otherwise. I'm technically holding you, which is kind of strange, but let's ignore that. You can't really see it on that side. Slightly bigger, beefier axle. The industrial machines. Significantly stronger and beefier, and yet, I mean, you can look in places on this machine where stuff's been busted and welded back together in more places than you can count. The Fords are really a light machine now, good for field work and nothing more. And if anyone wants to go kayaking, come join me. That's this evening's rant on random things and loader tractor, glorious loader tractor, and digging a hole with a 2-wheel drive farm tractor and no power steering, because why not?